Okay. Well, what time is it? I want to do video face. It's 5 a.m. It's 5:10. I'm in the terrace cell. I've got all these subscribers on YouTube, like a flood of them. But yeah, only one view, 2 views. I'll never, as far as the country is, at the rate we're going, I'll never make any income doing anything I do. I went to bed last night really pissed off that they're not journalists, they're like drug addicts. They're unfortunately either Muslim Arabic, they're like terrorist or radicalized in some way or another. They're not your average nice Muslim, nice Arab person that I can remember. I remember, like, I used to like them in New York. A lot of the Muslim people, I used to like them, and the Arab people, I'd get along with them. I even wrote a short essay about how friendly and nice a lot of them are. But those are the ones they target. It's the Jewish and the Arab people they target first. They go after the nicest freaking people. The terrorists do. They go after the nicest people, okay? So in America, where they took over and were harbored and protected, like this is the whole sovereign territory, there's certain cities, they took over parts of the Midwest. They were allowed to do it. It was for the overthrow. They were empowered to just go after the nicest Middle Eastern Arab Muslims. This happened to Africa too. They started having countries like South Africa attack really nice Arab Muslim blacks there. They didn't want to Allah Akbar everyone. They weren't even thinking that shit. Right. So it's 5 a.m. I don't know what got me on that tangent. It just came out of my subconscious, all on film, in my pajamas, with my blanket here. Look, things are not bad in this place. After that obvious attack, so they announced their attacks. I mean, you can see everything. I put a lot on the internet. I see it too. They like to show off. They break and enter right there in the middle of the day on film. Like, there is no law enforcement here because the law enforcement is in the terrorist cell. This is going to end really ugly in DC. And I woke up thinking, oh my God, the country's convinced that black people in America are terrorists. No. Like I said, they went after. So they festered the Muslim terrorists and the white terrorists. Okay, the white terrorists were here. They let in all the Muslim terrorists. And then those terror groups went after all the people in America. So the black Americans, this is why I said they need our prayer. I had a spiritual experience, and I always really liked black people anyways. Being American, I always really liked black people in my country. I always identified with them. I loved rap music. We'll get to rap music later because it was a big part of me growing up. But those rap musicians turned so evil when we were all like in our 30s, because I'm like their age. They went so fucking dark, and it's too late. They all go to hell. They all were part of what happens, the major cities that get hit with weapons of mass destruction from foreign militaries. Not nice. I'm talking evil fucking militaries. These motherfucking rap stars contributed to it. And this is like, how I feel with some of the biological family that I don't know, and some that I do know. They just totally turned on me. So I'm not saying rap people I knew. I never knew any rap celebrities, but you identify with that enough. And then you find out that they were doing everything they could to let in the Russian mob. And that's what you saw yesterday. That was all organized crime. It's Vladimir Putin. And that's what I've been saying. So the terror groups let in the terror groups from outside the country to attack our own population. And Black people here in our country, it's getting to biblical measures now. The centuries and centuries that they've been oppressed and enslaved here is getting to be almost a millennia. So now we're doing a biblical movement to just get a race of people to where they should be with everyone else. This country now is willing to use their weapons of mass destruction on the Black people here in order to bring these Muslim terror groups and white terror groups into power to take over our country. Everybody's fighting for our sovereign territory. It's really bad. This terror cell is really good this morning that I'm doing this whole speech, whole stuff in my pajamas with my blanket. The face is really important that I'm showing I'm still in here. Can you believe I've been trapped and hostaged? I'm a fucking prisoner. Oh, it's obvious. It's so obvious. Thank you, God, for having me live through it. Thank you, God. It exposed that the cops were purposely keeping me here without any help. It exposed that there was people intentionally denying me housing and employment. It exposed, I got a little bit sidetracked with the reporters and the journalists. It exposed how corrupted and just evil, I don't have a lot of right words, the journalists were here. It exposed how, I was going to say this, I'm sorry, I get sometimes sidetracked. I'm going to plug my ear. How they sit, the journalists, the reporters in my country sit and look at my account and just pick and steal what they want. They steal my content, my work, my essays, my research, my work. A lot of it's stuff I give to the military. They steal. There's a reason for that, and that's what I was saying, but I got distracted. I'm sorry if it wasn't the best to flip around. What you're going to find in our U.S. media, this is the major magazine articles, this is news, this is, you name it. You're going to find white and Muslim extremists. You're going to find, they might not be militia members running around crawling on their belly with machine guns. They might not be militia members, but they sure support them. And you're going to find that's all that is in the offices. And if they're African American or Chinese, they're just supporting that terror group or organized crime group. Everything is so tribal here and put into race. You're Chinese. You're white. You're Black. And I know I speak a lot about race, but it's not because I'm putting everyone in a department and they can't leave it. And that's how the terror groups visioned our sovereign territory to be, completely separated, once they drove around with tanks and waved their flags. I want to say that this terror cell, after yesterday's blatant attack, which I flipped around and I didn't make my point, so thank you. This terror cell, they advertise their attack. They advertise everything they do. I've never seen people so stupid. They came, I was under attack all day. The world saw it. I don't talk about what I hear and what goes on in here, half of it, from morning to night. It didn't stop. It was constant mafia. And the guys that were in here, they're not guys, they're very evil men that were in here, these construction men, like most of them are allegiant to a Muslim terror group. They radicalized our U.S. citizens. So it was really, really horrible in here, but now it's a lot better. And I'm clear to say some of the things I witnessed last night, but I can't just do that because I'm really just myself. And that's why face is important. I no matter what happened to me for 4 years, no matter how I looked, sat in the same chair, stood in the same room, like always talking about the scariest things, no matter what happened, if I could keep doing a face, So you saw me get a little older. Now, some of the way I look is just deplorable, but it's real. You saw me through time. It's right here with every one of you, you know? Anybody who I might have really made pissed off, right? I pissed someone off. Thank you for coming back and listening to me and giving me another chance. I think you've learned that sometimes I say things wrong. And also because of what happened here the last 4 years, I didn't have the right environment. I'm being held prisoner by the U.S. government, 6 blocks from the White House, and it's obvious now. They want to bring all these feds to arrest me today for God knows what. But I didn't have the right environment. No, it's terrifying in here to think all the way through about how I was saying things. Or sometimes I really meant it. I was really pissed about something because I've just been in a negative place here. They were dismembering bodies. It wasn't like I was sitting in a daisy field, always mad. No, if I was in a field of flowers for years on end, I don't think you would see much anger coming from me. So no one ever got to see these other sides of me. No, but they saw the face. And the face was really important. Just that I'm here. I'm still right here, okay? What they did yesterday was so unbelievable that they're just coming in and they're going to keep coming in from the out and just managing the most terrifying, violent, disgusting terrorist cell right by the president's office. This morning it was to go online, talk. You don't have to sit here scared. This morning I couldn't talk. I couldn't even talk to my cats. And then suddenly I could make a YouTube. I went out there. It's completely empty, but it's safe for the first time ever. It's completely safe. And then it got dangerous after I flushed the toilet. Of course. They're crawling in. I know that. I hear them. I've been saying they do that. And then I had to be quiet and just sit here for like the longest time. And now, okay, make a video. It's safe. Talk about how great it is here. So, I haven't quite pieced it all together. And when I'm going to share something, I'm going to share something that, I want to share with people. And lucky for me, I'm good at, I don't remember the word. Anyways, I'm good at talking about things. And people tend to want to hear. I can draw you in, which is great. And I like to type and write. So someone like me should make a little bit of money, but no, I have not a dime. And someone like me should have more than one view, but no, it's always just one view. I know that. All right. I understand this. I can't do anything about it until somebody fucking helps me. And it's been 6 years. And for 4 of those years, I was trapped in a fucking terrorist cell. So I'm just glad I lived through it, because living through it exposed these people who tried to steal my livelihood. And especially the ones that stole all my work, just taking it and then publishing it from major magazines and newspaper companies. The military stuff, which you saw yesterday, I mean, it's all the stuff that we do, it's really, really amazing that I could work with these kind of people and that I could help them, because these people are your presidents. These people saved our country. These people made it so I can do this video right now. Although I'm still in here, I don't know if they can come in like we think, raid and search, because there's cubby holes and dead fucking bodies. I don't know what's happening. Why no one can come in. If you stand on the corner, you can see how pissed they are when they fly and they circle over. Like, who in their right mind would want to take some military like that on from your house. No one who's got their marbles in their head and who is a sane individual would ever bring that kind of military to fly over their house. But they don't stop here, and it's not because they're black. This is just a part of it. This is Russian mob. Russian mob is dominated by white. This links up with Middle East terrorists. It's not just black Americans who are terrorists. So please don't do this. Don't start thinking this. I'm kind of losing my point because I'm still in here and it's like 5 a.m. and I'm just doing a face. This is also legal. It's mind-blowing. But to keep on, this is legal that I'm fucking in here as evidence. They're still holding me in here, I know. But to work with these people who saved our country, okay? The evil news and major magazines would take that shit. It gives up a lot if you look at what I'm hitting and circling and drawing arrows. It gives up a lot. These major magazine and news companies, like I said, are just completely involved with foreign government officials and foreign militaries that we classify and lie and say we lie. They lie. They go onto the TV and then lie and say they're not with Vladimir Putin. They lie and say they think Saudi Arabia is human rights abusers. That's all they do is push for these two countries to attack ours, to take over our governments and our sovereign territory. The Middle Eastern and white, it's white Americans too. It's not just Russians, okay? The Middle Eastern and white people are really trying to do a lot of serious, grave danger and harm to other countries. And they control the press and all that stuff, okay? So they get on your TV and they get on wherever and they just flat out lie to you. But what's really going on there is they're involved with these individuals from these foreign countries and they're doing military stuff in their other satellites, everything you can imagine, any sort of equipment. They're using those facilities, like MSNBC is right by DHS in Washington, D.C. If I'm correct, if I stand corrected, let me know, but no one talks to me. But they work hand in hand with the dirty police that are insurrecting, the dirty law enforcement. They work hand in hand. They do a lot more that we don't see on the TV, which is just straight warfare and what you would classify someone who is an agent doing stuff on their computer, sending you some photos of locations to be hit with missiles and stuff. That's the shit that some of these people who work, maybe they don't go on the TV. They work, right? They call them the producer or something. They're not really a producer. No. They're like a Saudi Arabian national and they're not here on a visa. No. So, and they're just working at NBC. No. So I know I kind of lecturing over the same thing, but these people are some of the worst drivers of the situation we're in. And so the fact that I lived through this place really exposed some of the top tier. So we have this is the ones that are just, they're desperate to stay in power. They've been promised so much wealth. And they're all white and they're all Arabic, like whiter Arabic. They're not too dark. They're all, well, the Saudi prince, he's considered more dark Afro, but these people, he's so sick. Do you realize he kills women like animals, like farm stock? Do you realize who you're idolizing in this country? The Americans, like the ones you're seeing come here and carry out fucking felony crimes, they're lost. It's over. They chose. It's not just because they're black. You can't be that boxed in with how you see our country. They chose a long time ago to just do terrible things to other people. The Americans are that violent. It's not just black people here. You go to these white guys that have these beards, and they dress in all these hunter camouflage military clothes. They're fucking more dangerous. It is so critical that we take action here in the United States. Even if I'm sitting 6 blocks down the street from the White House, being held a prisoner by their police and their law enforcement who want to come raid me today. For what, you scumbags with your beards and your camouflage clothes? So I'm going on and on here, but I want to say the good guys, because of what happened yesterday and what happened last night. I'm not going to cram it all in what happened last night on this. It's like a different house today. I hope it lasts. I hope it stays this way. When I put this up, all these psychos will come here proving that they still run S Street. They can still dismember bodies. I know. Okay, so it's 20 minutes into this. I have to do a YouTube. There's no point in a Instagram. But I'll put it up anyways. And I'm in here, but this house, something's going on. Bye.